G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an M6. The M6 PDWS, that is Personal Defense Weapon System, is a pistol manufactured by Mizraya Armory, used primarily by the United Nations Space Command, and was formerly adopted during the First Covenant War to, kill some aliens. It's a pistol from Halo. It's a big caliber, 12.7mm, but in Fallout 4, they've just chambered it in a much more vanilla accessible 50 caliber rounds. There's custom animations and a little bit of customization to go along with it, so let's get into it. First of all, you've got the receivers. You can only have this standard, and that's it. Next up, you've got the optics. You can have standard iron sights, which are cool and glowy. You've got a hollow sight at the top here, hollow sight plus a laser by itself with the iron sights, and the scope, which makes it look more like the version that we saw from the Halo Combat Evolved game. So we're going to throw that one on because I like the scoped version. Plus this little ridge up here, that's iconic for an M6, so we have to put that on. Next up, we've got the muzzle slot. You can add a barrel weight here to help control the recoil, or a suppressor to make this thing silent, stealthy. So it'll be like a SOCOM pistol, SOCOM variant of the M6, just with a scope that you'd see on the Combat Evolved version. We've got a legendary slot provided by a legendary modification. That's why we can see this. Something like 2-shot would be pretty devastating on this thing, but we weren't to do that. And lastly, you've got paint jobs. This is just a cosmetic modification, so standard is pretty standard, as you can tell. We've already been looking at that one for a while, so we'll look at this one. This is new Mombasa Knights. Looks like it's a stealthy black paint for it, which is kind of cool. Reacher, which has that iconic Halo Reach yellow stripe that's on most of the UNSC weapons or aircraft. And you've also got Sidekicked here, which is a different type of darkness, although this pistol handguard and pistol grip here, not as dark as you'd find the new Mombasa Knights version. This one's all stealthy, so we'll go for the stealthy black paint job here. And that's it for the customization. So let's take a quick look at the armor and check out that. How cool is that? There's even got a special green HUD overlay there. This is Halo ODST armor, so I've made it green because that's Ayla's color. You can put your little customization options on the front to actually write your name there. You get up to 6 characters, so I just left a space in there and put the L for the surname there. But I painted it green. There's a whole lot of customization, but I'll have a quick close look at this thing because it's a pretty cool armor suit. I believe it's a port, but it's a pretty well done port, so yeah, good job. For those of you who want the same look, these are the mods that I've got on. So I've got the standard B armor type with the Mark 1 assault kit. Add-on is the combat enhancement, which none of these really tell you what exactly it does, but I think this one makes you sprint faster or something, or makes you sprint for longer. I'm not really sure. You can also put an undersuit in. This one gives me thermal insulation. You can have smart weave here, but that basically makes you extremely weak in comparison to energy weapons, so I decided to tune the energy weapons up, although that might bite me a little bit because we don't have much ballistic resistance with this. Painted it green, and here is the letters I was talking about. Left the 5th one blank, and then you can have a wrist armored plate, or there's a couple of things you can do here, but I went for a little bit more armor. And there's grenades, backpack add-ons, glove style, you can change that, and some pouches you can add on to the front as well. And here is your helmet. So we've got the heavy type to give us more damage resistance and supplemental armor for even more. The smart HUD will give us the targeting HUD that you get out of Power Armor, which is kind of cool. Sort of integrated the vanilla game stuff into a Halo thing, which I think works out pretty well. Titanium plating, I think, gives you even more resistance, which is good, and there's nothing else that is really better. This one favors the ballistic part of that, so that sort of offsets the thermal overlay, made it green. The HUD overlay, as you saw before, also green, and the visor also very green as well, although you can make this a different range of colors, as you can tell. We won't get bogged down in the customization of this. Let's just show you how to get the pistol, and then we'll start shooting stuff. The M6 is ejected onto the leveled list at level 40. You'll find this in shops like Cleo's. That's where I am right now, and if you pick this up, it's 259 caps with maximum charisma and buying and selling perks, which is dirt cheap. Okay, so here we are outside of the Immersive Gunners Plaza. Ask your Spotify to queue up Blow Me Away by Breaking Benjamin, because we love our mid-2000s game cheesiness, although Republic Commandos Clones by Ash has that one covered by tenfold. Anyway, so here is our M6 pistol in third person. It's a very large pistol, but I feel like it ought to be even bigger. Now, Ayla's a big girl, but I don't think she's quite Spartan size, so I don't know if the scaling is correct or not. I don't particularly know Halo that much, but I think that scope at the front, you see that it's got that bright red thing, that is legitimate glow map, so if it's in the dark, that'll glow and it'll look absolutely awesome. So as you can hear, this thing just uses vanilla game sounds. I believe that is a combat rifle sound. If I use an unsuppressed version, combat rifle sound. I think for vanilla sounds, you could probably use the 50 caliber sound from the hunting rifle. That would have been slightly better here. It feels kind of weak, almost like a toy to use a standard sound. Although worth mentioning that if you utilize a mod that changes the combat rifle sound, you can alleviate that. If you can find a more fitting sound, then that's great. Lastly, we've got this one. This is another suppressed one, but with a reflex sight for potentially better gun through. And look at that hipfire accuracy. I don't know if it's the armor suit or if it's the weapon doing that. Yes, just in case you're wondering, it is still Blonde Sheila era, so yep, we've got the right thing. And she looks so enthusiastic. That will require a reboot. There we go, fixed. Look, Ayla, I know that we personally prefer Killzone here, but Halo's still alright. Well, at least up until Reach. Then it all sort of went downhill from there after Bungie sold it off. But Halo's still kinda cool. Oh, wait, never mind. I just remembered that the Halo show exists. The TV show. Oh my god, how embarrassing. Imagine growing up with Halo to see what it's become. Man, I dodged the bullet there. I'm glad I went with the Sony. Anyway, so let's begin. And what we're going to do to start off with is we'll do a little bit of sniping. A little bit of gun-fu vat sniping. And it's a precision weapon. Very high precision. You got to be very accurate when you're fighting aliens. So if we put our crosshair over our enemy's head, we're getting the kill. And it looks like with these crits that we're generating after every shot and the many Grim Reaper sprints that we're getting, we're doing quite an impressive job here with the crits. I don't even think we need headshots to actually get the job done at this stage. That's how strong we are. We keep getting Grim Reaper sprints all day, every day. We might be able to eliminate this first little pod over here without them even seeing me or without even breaking stealth. I could probably just do it from sitting all the way back here. Now I understand that we're not using the Halo sniper rifle, so let's move a little bit forward and see what this thing can do. Ooh. We're hitching a little bit. That's not good. Hopefully that doesn't continue. Back to gun fu. One crit. There we go. This one should be even better on crits. So yeah, with the immense power that you get out of this thing with the suppressor bolstered by Ace Operator, I mean, you could pretty much kill everything. Now this is one of those things that Master Chief would do without the immense slowdown. Yeah, see, the Chief wouldn't have missed that one. Not Novel's Chief anyway. But alas, we're not all super soldiers. Some of us are just pit raiders that have been highly trained in elite warfare and the art of war. So yeah, we can't all be superheroes. Anyway, so let's use the unsuppressed version for a second here, just so you can get an idea of what this thing can do. Ah, yes. Even with an AD-AD spam on a completely cloaked gunner operative there, we can see them quite clearly thanks to the little targeting hub that this visor provides, which is an absolutely perfect counter to it. Let's add a crit onto this thing. They're attempting to flashbang me here. There we go. Try that again, punk. Yeah, didn't think so. Laser RCW still in the load order. That guy had one. I think he picked it up from the other higher ranking gunner that I killed before. So, you could argue that this is a little bit of a cheap, over-the-top, overpowered weapon, but you know, it's a Halo gun. You choose through the elite energy shields that fast. You pair it with like one of the plasma gun that the grunts carry around in the original Halo, and I think that's your power combo, isn't it? Someone just cloaked. I believe that one would have been from on the inside, so we'll do a little bit of a door breach maneuver here. It's like we haven't even been shot at all. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the Halo energy shield system. Oh, the cloaking person was... They decided that they were going to punch me instead of picking up a rifle that was on the floor. It's weird. You think with all of the gun mods that I'm running that they would have spawned with something, so that's kind of interesting. Anyway, so that there was the M6 PDWS at Immersive Gunners Plaza. It kind of crushed everything. And yes, if you're wondering, it does work with classic holstered weapons in its entirety, and it sort of sits on your ODST suit pretty well, which I believe stands for Orbital Drop Shock Trooper. That was like your Helldivers before Helldivers were a thing. There was a whole game that was like a small like DLC pack, and it wasn't very popular when it was released, but it was kind of cool and grounded. Okay, there is the Swan. He's got a couple of little buggy dudes that he's gonna play with, so let's quickly make short work of these pricks, and then see what we can do. What am I looking at down there? Is that a rad scorpion? Oh, nope, he's teleported around. That ghoul was getting the hell out. Now the question is, will the Swan... Is he going to go for the rad scorpion, or is he going to go for me? It looks like he's going for me. We'll add some criticals in the mix then. One crit after this reload. Nope, missed out. Nope, still got it. That's great. I think you'll find that this armor is particularly powerful, and there's a bashing animation, by the way. Not as good as the old handbag slap from Halo Combat Evolved, but, you know, we can't get everything, right? We can't expect everything to be perfect. How about a little bit of VATS play? And this is the scoped version, by the way, so we'll just hammer his face with criticals and just gather that damage ever so easily. And then try to run away. Yep. We're holding up pretty well. And who's that over there? Is that a... It's a bloatfly. I might be able to use him for a bit of gun food damage. Where are you? Is that a mosquito? What is that? It'd be a stingwing. And now we can carry a bit of gun food damage into this and still do alright. The range set on this thing, I didn't mention this earlier, but it's like 369, so it's pretty much a sniper in like a handheld pistol form, to be honest. It's a sniper you can fit in your handbag, in your wallet, in your bra if you're a chick with sufficiently sized hardware in that area. You just want to make sure that you don't get any of the casings down there, because that's one of the problems. I read the wiki. Apparently one of the problems was this thing dropping hot casings onto your foot, which doesn't seem like a problem if you're wearing this type of armor, so I guess they just made that up. Like, what's that all about? Isn't it funny that you've got the Deliverer Volta PBK, this tiny little pea shooter. Granted, it is powerful, right? But then you've got something like this, which I can just use to hammer this guy with crits until he dies, probably. Yeah, he's going to be aggro, so I won't get the sneak attacks, unless I get super lucky. Not quite, but I think it'll be quite enough. Get some of these crits back at the very least. Uh-oh, you found me. Unfortunately for you, I had a crit ready and waiting, so we'll give him the old Halo treatment here. That's what you get for fighting for the Covenant. Send my regards to, oh shit, what's his name? The Truth and Reconciliation, the High Prophet? Yeah, that guy. Truth and Reconciliation. That was the ship that they parked on Halo, right? That's that one? Shit, I need to brush up on my Halo. Okay, I don't know where the overlay went, but we're in sort of night vision mode thanks to this helmet mod that I've got. So what we'll do is we'll just sort of stand in the middle and see how many raiders we can pick up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is good enough. That'll be good enough to start. We've got all our crits now, so all these guys, honestly, small fish compared to the larger crustacean we're about to face in a second. And what do you think you're doing? Do you have any idea how messed up you are? And I'm not talking about that crustacean either. I'm thinking of a different one. Oh, cool. It's my favorite spot to have them line up, because they always drop down like that. Now this one thinks he's being smart by... thinks she's being smart, and that light is particularly blinding with night vision active, by the way. Not so smart that I can just jump up there and grapple hook. Yeah, this is a super advanced Spartan suit. We've got grapple hooks installed in this. To my knowledge, that's never been a thing in Halo, right? Or is it? Or is it controversial that they made that happen? Anyways, so one shot of my alert queen and nothing out of the ordinary. And now we'll try to sneak in a little bit, and then we can find Mr. Myler Killclaw Overlord, and then we'll hit him with sneak criticals and regular VATS criticals and see if concentrated fire can finish the job. The answer is yes. Okay, one more time without cheap crits, hey? Okay, so as discovered a little bit earlier, we can power play this guy by using this fence to our advantage. So what we'll do to start off with is firstly find him and then put a couple of suppressed rounds into him, and as soon as he gets over here, we'll just hop over the fence and see what his pathing makes of it. What are you going to do now, buddy? Snipe at me from ages away? Yeah, good luck. He's one of the few things with a ranged attack, and I've taken the helmet off because the overlay wasn't working. So what if I put it on in mid-combat? Does that make it come back? The answer is no, but we've got that outline now at least. A little bit more protection while we're at it. He's gotten around. Good on him, but... Ooh, he's one step ahead of me here. Surprising. Alright, now he's mutated. So we just have to keep dodging his attacks. If we get these headshots, we're doing a pretty good job. May as well utilize these crits while I have them. Ah, Mysterious Stranger. Perfect. He's going to do a ton of damage to the rear of him unless he gets turned around and one-shotted by him. Doesn't look like that's happening though. Ooh, he's thinking about it. Now, unfortunately, I don't think this thing's got the stopping power to stagger him out of that. He immediately killed him like that. Oh no, now he's getting close. At this stage, I think one claw would kill me, so let's just keep his distance. But I don't know, I really thought he would have put up a better fight than this. It was just that easy just to AD and just throw off his aim and finish the job just like that. So even with a straight up slugging match, this thing can out DPS even the Lobster, which is not a thing I could say about a lot of weapons. So you could argue that this thing is pretty overpowered, and I got a rapid. That's a Project Mojave weapon there. Now it'd be really funny if that little baby Milo could give me something better than the big one that took much more effort to kill. Wherever he went, there he is. We've got ourselves a rad powered. For the right build, that's pretty good actually. So yeah, I haven't really messed around with rad powered, but the strength stat you can get out of it is absolutely mental. You can get so much damage. It's a shame they haven't put that in Fallout, Fallout 76 for like a 4-star legendary effect. So melee builds can make themselves even more stronger, and by doing that, you can enable some sort of power armor melee setup these days as well. But I'm not talking about Fallout 4 anymore. So that there was the M6 pistol. Not the first M6 pistol we've had, but definitely a fun weapon to use. And like I said before, you can definitely argue this thing is particularly overpowered because, well, it just sort of steamrolled everything I pointed at there, which, you know, realism versus fun. You know, you might want to just tone that down a little bit just so it's a little bit fairer for these poor NPCs that are just slaughtered for about 15 minutes. But if you want to see this weapon in your game, check out the link in the description. There's also a Nova version of this thing if this thing doesn't quite meet your quality standards, so I'll be linking that one in the description as well. That is if I remember. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, guys.